What is up, Spurs Nation? This video is all about Luka Samanic as a player and what his game looks like so far into his first year with the Austin Spurs. Before we get into this offensive Swiss Army knife that's developing right before our eyes, thanks for watching this video. Make sure to click the like button down below and to subscribe to this channel for more Spurs content. We're about 4 months into the season, and at this point, while I record this video, Luka is 23 games into his first year of development with the Austin Spurs. It's important for us to not forget about the rookies that we have and second year, third year players that we have in Austin who are putting in work right now in the G League and will soon blossom onto the NBA hardwood in due time. I'm here to put your minds at rest. If you're thinking that Luka Samanic is a bust, he's nowhere even close to being a bust. He's just a 20-year-old young player who has a lot of room to grow with a very high ceiling to strive to reach. So let's go ahead and get into the tail of the tape so far. This season, Luka's played in 23 games. He's averaging about 27 minutes per game, putting up 13.3 points per game, shooting 39% from the field, 31% from the three, and I'm going to touch a little bit more about his three-point percentage and what makes that number what it is. And then he's shooting 75% from the free throw line, and he's averaging about 7.6 rebounds a game. So he's getting it done on the offensive end, but in kind of in limited spots. He's very smart about picking his spots. So first, let's take a look at Luka's shooting ability. Obviously, he's a very good catch and shoot player. I think more so when he's hitting three-pointers, they don't ever really come off the dribble. They'll come off a dime, right? Just like this, a penetration and kick. Luka's very smart about getting his shot off, right? He knows when he's able to get it off at his size. With his length, he's able to shoot with smaller players guarding him right in his face. He's able to get that off. So he's shooting a lot of three-pointers right now. He's shooting the second most on the team, but he's not that efficient. But he's second in most three-pointers made behind Jeff Ledbetter with the Austin Spurs. He's putting up a lot of three-point shots, which is encouraging. I think it's the coaching staff that's telling him, hey, this is something that he's gonna need to do at a high level in the NBA. So even if he's not all that great at it now, he needs to get comfortable in being a nasty catch and shoot player. I mean, if he's gonna be out there on the floor with Derek White and DeJounte, he's gonna need to be able to catch and shoot. After Luka hits a couple of shots, he starts to get chased off the line. People start kind of playing him to be a shooter, and that's when he starts going to the rim. You know, for a guy of his size, he has a pretty good handle on the ball. Obviously, I think we all kind of knew that. You know, we've seen this spin move that he does a few times, but if you notice, he can finish with both hands too when he's on the way to the rim. He can finish with the right, he can finish with the left, and he can jam it on you. He has an unbelievable bounce, so he is pretty athletic. But what he is very good at is catching the ball and making one move and going all the way to the rim. Like catch, one move to the rim. Let's take a look at this one. On the block, he's able to turn and face. I don't know why that clip is there. This clip is about driving to the lane. But we're going to talk about his post-up game in a little while. But off the dribble, he's able to cross you up, makes one move, picks a side, and just takes you to the paint. And he's such a good finisher, has such a good touch around the rim that he's able to do things like this, make one move, cross the guy up, go get contact, and finish with the and one. And he's able to move well off the ball. He's a very smart off the ball player, and he can finish around the rim, not just driving, but off the catch as well. Luka's ability to come into this league and be able to post up the way he does is going to make him a special player. To me, that tells me that he's going to be a special player. He's a basketball player. He's not just super athletic or a good shooter. He can really play. I mean, look at him take advantage of smaller defenders. I mean, he's going to take you to the rim, and he's going to make sure that he's either going to the free throw line or he's going to finish. And he has such good hands. We've mentioned it before. He can finish with the right or the left. That he can take advantage of smaller players on the block and not mess around and put that thing in the hole. He's also a pretty good passer out of the post up as well. Some of the intangibles that Luka brings to the table is his high IQ. If you look at this play here, he's able to just, take the pressure and deliver an on-point pass. Here, he's spacing the floor, and as if you see him creeping in the corner, he's ready to be kicked out for a wide-open shot. When Chimezie swats the crap out of this ball, Luka's able to get the rebound and push the break, not look for a guard, and that's going to be able to speed up the pace of the game. Spacing on this one, he provides a lot of spacing with that deadly three-point shot that he has. I mean, he can catch and shoot with the best of them, where his player cannot leave him to go help, which is going to open up plays like this for other players. So he does an incredible job of being smart off the ball. He's able to finish. So where Luka needs to improve is on the defensive side of the ball, obviously. This is his help side defense here. He should have been a little bit more aware of where the ball was to make a play on that instead of worrying about where his help side defender. He's got to be able to see both. Here, again, he gets caught on the switch, doesn't react early enough, and kind of gives some player an and one all the way to the rim, where he should have been cutting him off early and not letting him in the paint on this drive. Okay, again on the switch here, Luka doesn't do a good job of getting up and putting pressure on the ball, and the guy takes a wide open three. Here he is off ball. Now he's on. He has to guard. Again, gets hit three. That's a tough shot, but he needs to do a better job of just putting pressure on whoever he's guarding. He's getting chased out. He did a really good job there of chasing out to the rim and getting out on the break. And I've told you before, he has bounce. So when he does play good defense, it turns into good offense for the Austin Spurs. Again, just here, he just got caught watching the ball. Help wasn't there early enough. Had a runway to the basket on that one. Here, Luka's doing a good job of being in help, but doesn't make a play on the ball. That's something he's going to need to do more, is learn how to make plays on the ball and time his defense the right way. Because in the NBA, players are smarter, players are faster, players are able to finish. So he's going to need to be able to make it a little bit tougher for the offensive player to finish around him. He needs to learn from LaMarcus and Jakob in that case. So here are some plays that I think are going to make Luka a special player. Be able to get people open, find people open, to be able to get offensive rebounds and have the footwork to put it back in the basket. His ability to get this ball and rebound with the big guys and be able to play inside and out is just crazy. Just like here, his ability to get the ball and push it, put one or two moves on a smaller guard and cross him up and go finish to the rim. That's the same guy that's getting you rebounds, that's battling on the post, that's shooting threes. I mean, this is a player who can develop into something pretty unique. So where some of his off-ball deficiency on the defensive end come in, he is a pretty good anticipator. He's a good reactor, to what the defense is doing. He just needs to trust himself a little bit more on the defensive side of the ball. Like as you see here in these plays, is where he shows he's doing really well on defense. For instance, here, chasing out, being on perfect time on a rotation and blocking someone's three-pointer. I mean, when do you ever see that? Here you go, too. Him just getting out in the passing lane and then getting out and running, too, right? Because he can push the break and he can drop dimes as well. Here we go with his chase down blocks. He's able to get out in transition. In transition, when he's coming from behind the play, he's very effective. Here, he never loses his guy the whole time, and he's in the right spots. Here, he's on ball. He's able to get through a screen. Okay, switch, keep the bigger guy off the glass. He had the guy posted up at the free throw line right there. So he's able to play with small players, play with bigger players on the defensive end. He just needs to do it consistently and needs to learn the rotations and how we work off ball, because on ball, he's not that bad. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and subscribe to the podcast. All right. Appreciate you guys. Go Spurs, go. The future is bright. Stay tuned for the next video I'm going to do is on Keldon Johnson down there with the Austin Spurs and breaking down his game for you guys. Stay tuned. Go Spurs, go.